So you just got yourself a brand new car and you're wondering, does it really need a detail? Well, in front of my shop right now, I have a brand new 2023 Bentley Flying Spur. This vehicle retails for $340,000 as it is spec'd. And this thing just came from the factory, straight to the dealership, and then from the dealership straight to me. Now I will say they did not wash this, it just came straight to me. I'm gonna do the full prep on this thing. But I wanna show you the result of how these things are shipped and arrive to the dealership. Typically, all the dealership will do is do a basic wash, remove the adhesive and things like that from the car, and that's about it. But this thing has a lot of stuff going on in the paint. And I want to bring that to your guys' attention because if this is how a $340,000 car arrives to the dealership, think about how the average, $50,000, $60,000 car is. So really keep that in mind. Let's go ahead and walk out to the front of the shop now. I'll show you the vehicle and we'll do a walk around. Alrighty guys, so here is the car in question. As you can see, it is beautiful. It is a 2023 Bentley Flying Spur, like I said, black on black on black. So black wheels, black interior, black paint. It's a speed edition. This thing is incredible. As you can see, like I said, they did not wash this thing. They did not do any of the prep work that this dealership in particular would normally do. So all this stuff's still here. That stuff's still there. There's some tape marks right here, just adhesive mark from where it was taped off during shipping. And same thing on this side. But what I want to address here is some of the issues within the paintwork. And again, guys, it's nothing to do with this dealership specifically, because this dealership, again, they did not wash it at all. This is coming to me as is. So they definitely would have washed it and got it all squared away. It's just, dealerships in general don't have a super, super high-end detail shop. They have guys that are competent in what they do, but, it's just different. So, and again, this is a super high-end dealership, high-end car. So it's different than your average dealership. But here are some of the marks I wanted to address. Again, straight from the factory. So we have this guy here, and that one I'm not 100% sure. I did check it out. It seems like it might. There's two things that could be a little bit of adhesive, or it could be a dropping where it actually etched in the paint. I can't tell until I'm going to get this all cleaned up and then get a polisher onto it. But here are some of the other things that I want to mention. This lower portion here, that's not dirt, guys. That is marring. Well, so this is dirt, but this is all marring from a polisher. You can see it's not here, but it is there. A rotary polisher, when they polished out this door at the factory, they came across here and hit that and, marred it up a little bit. So we're going to address that. We'll get that all polished up and looking perfect. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little bit of holograms in the door here. Not too bad, nothing crazy. That I'm sure would have been addressed by the dealership under normal circumstances. That's really light. This, I don't know, but let's keep on moving around the vehicle now. This is the biggest issue that I have found here so far. It's right there. You guys can probably see it already, but I'm gonna see if I can pan across with the sun so you can really see how it comes into effect. Boom, huge, huge holograms. And for me, it's just like at the dealership, or sorry, not the dealership, the factory where they're working on these things and putting them together, it's just kind of crazy to me that they would ship this in this state, right? So obviously there was something here, they had to polish it. They took a rotary and they went across, and that creates all that marring and hologramming, and then they didn't come back across with either a polish or a dual action polish or anything like that. They just left it as is, and yeah, crazy holograms. So, that part's a little bit of a bummer. There is some more throughout some other spots as well. Actually, if we come back here, very much, these are much harder to see. There you go, you can see them right there. But on the hood there, man, it's just very, very visible. Now, a couple other spots, we do have some light scratches as well. Again, straight from the factory, scratch there. There were some more. Let's see if I can find them right now for you guys. There's one here, coming across. There's another one up here that came down onto the lens a little bit. So again, there's another one there. All this stuff I will be able to address. I'm going to be doing a full polish, ceramic coating, everything on this car. So all this stuff will come out. But again, it's not the average, this is a full-blown detail to get this stuff out, not a car wash. You actually need to have it detailed. Okay, so now that we've done that initial walkthrough, I'm going to go ahead and actually do my initial wash on this car. I'm actually going to use a little bit of a higher pH soap. I'm going to be using Kochemi Active Foam. It's a 9 or 9.5 pH, just to help break stuff down. That way I don't have to go in with too much of a contact wash. I can just try and keep it as minimal as possible, and then we'll reassess. I'll also remove some of the residue spots, things like that, get it all prepped to where I can go in and polish. Doesn't need to be clayed. Right now, I don't think so. I think all that stuff's okay. Although, you know what? An iron remover, a clay treatment, things like that, these are shipped by rail, by boat. So yeah, it's definitely recommended. Now this is just the initial wash. I'm not going to be doing that yet. This is just to kind of give us a good idea of what to expect out of this thing. So I'm not gonna be doing that yet. We're just gonna go start off with the basic wash, move along from there. Okay guys, so I went ahead and did the full wash on the car. Again, I didn't go crazy. I didn't do any iron contamination, clay, or anything like that. Just a basic wash. This is what a dealership's typically gonna do. And now we're gonna go through and inspect the car. The car looks great. In here, phenomenal, right? But we're gonna go ahead, I have my scan grip light here. We're gonna go ahead and inspect the paint. Again, we're gonna try and identify things that actually need to be paint corrected, something that you actually need to do some compounding and polishing on to address that a dealership is not typically going to do. Something high end like this, if you bring it to them, they're gonna sort that out. But again, your daily driver, probably not, right? So let's go ahead and take a look. If you saw this, you'd think, man, that looks fantastic, right? No issue at all. But once you get it under actual direct sunlight, or again, with the scan grip, which is what we're gonna do here, that's when everything starts coming out and really being visible. So we're gonna go ahead and turn this guy on. So right here, we're looking pretty good, right? Maybe a little bit of water, you know, just a wipe of from the towel. But overall, the paint's looking pretty good here. There's some random little swirl marks there. Nothing too crazy. This is totally fine. I don't have any issue with this. Come over to this side, same thing here. But again, guys, once we go up to that top of the hood, boom, look at that, just crazy. And again, that needs a full polish. That's not just gonna be removed from you know, a basic wash. So this is something that needs to be addressed for sure. We're gonna keep on going on this fender here. Let's see, there's some stuff right there. You can see some good scratches there. Again, they're light. A light polish is gonna take care of that. Let's see here. Oh, there's a spot on the mirror. If you can see that little bit of ghosting right here, right there. Again, I'm gonna try and hold this like this. As you can see, I'm rubbing it. It's not going anywhere. I'm not concerned with rubbing it right now. That may induce some scratching, but it already needs to be polished out. So to get this gone. So this, again, that's a defect in the paint that needs to be addressed for sure. That's from the factory. Shouldn't have been like that. Now that may have been during transport. Very, very common there. Could be a bird dropping or something. I'm really only looking at the vertical surfaces and the ones that are up higher that are very noticeable. But again, here, the A pillar, or B pillar, sorry. This is the B pillar, and it's hammered, guys. That looks terrible for a brand new vehicle. Again, this is that soft black plastic. It's so easy to scratch that, so I give that a pass just because that is. I mean, you look at that stuff and it'll scratch, so nothing crazy there. Long scratch there, you can see it right in the light there. So here I go again. See, it's right in the light, comes across, down the way. Let's see here. Just basic little micro marring here, nothing too concerning. This stuff all gets a pass. It's not perfect, right? But that's pretty standard. That little spot there, definitely gonna need some more polish to get that out. We're gonna keep on going through here. We're on the rear back quarter panel now. We have a scratch here. Okay, let's see here. Oh, that's looking okay. Same thing here now, back on this back trunk lid here, or the boot since it's a Bentley, right? The holograms here, you can see them as I pull the light across, just reflecting all crazy, plus some little micro marring inside of it. That scratch that was back here next to this little spoiler here, right there. And then after the wash, I found this as well. Look at that, guys. Not great. And again, guys, as detailers and people that love our cars, our eyes are trained to see this stuff. The average person, I don't think, sees it. So that's kind of what I think these dealerships really bank on. There's another spot there. I'm gonna go ahead and pop the trunk here and take a look, because I did find this as well. You can see all those marring spots right here along the back bumper where the lid comes down. And that's probably from them loading this stuff in. You know, it just kind of came across here and scuffed all that up. But as you can see, touching with my finger, it's not going anywhere, right? That's actually in the paint, and again, needs to be addressed. Go ahead and close the boot. Coming around the side here, guys, we have another issue right here. So as you can see right there, just on this little pillar here, sorry, just on this little pillar here. Just normal micromarring, but then you can see right above the light there, right here, boom, another big spot. It looks like there's something in the middle there. It's like they tried to, scrub it out. So that's not, great. Another little spot there. So just kind of littered throughout. And again, guys, this spot did not come out. So there it is, did not come out. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to put some polish on that and see what I can achieve. But again, still there, bit of a bummer. So there you have it, guys. Again, I wanna make this perfectly clear. This is nothing against this dealership. They did not get a chance to even go over it because they knew it was coming to me. It was a request from the customer for it to come to me. So do not take anything against them. They have not gone through this. They may have addressed all that stuff. I don't know. It's a high-end dealership, so I would assume so, at least the majority of it. It may not be absolutely perfect paint, but at least they would get most of that stuff. But again, average car dealership, guys. I've had many cars come, and outside of the dealership doing anything to it, just the transportation, rail dust out on the ocean for an extended period of time. All that stuff's gonna sit on the paint and constantly bake into it. You really should have it detailed afterwards. Get a proper application of some sort of protection, preferably some sort of ceramic, just to really add that layer of protection so you're not gonna have to continually worry about it all the time. You still wanna, obviously still have to maintain that stuff, but just to get that good level of protection on there on your brand new car, keep your baby looking good. All right, guys, now really quickly, on top of this vehicle, I actually just did another brand new vehicle last week, an all black 2023 Lincoln Navigator. This thing was $130,000 with the options that it had. And I'm gonna show you, I just recorded this on my cell phone, but I'm gonna show you the condition of the paint from this one. This one had been delivered to a dealership. They went through it, and this is how it was delivered. Again, not the same level as this thing, but still $130,000 car. Go ahead and take a look at this real quick. All right, guys, so one of the most common questions I get from customers is, hey, I just got a brand new car. Do I really need a full detail? Do I really need it to be polished? All that kind of good stuff. Well, I have a 2023 Lincoln Navigator right behind me, and let me go ahead and flip the camera around and show you why you do need that in many cases. Okay, guys, so here is the vehicle, and it looks good without a light on it, but once you're actually out in the sun, you start seeing all of this. You see all this micro marring, all these little swirls kind of circling around the light. We come around to the door here, and this area here, let me see if I can get it for you. Look at all that. That is a hologram front. There was probably some damage there that they polished out with a rotary and left that behind. So not looking great. That needs to be polished out. Now I did one little section just so you guys can see the difference. So right here is a section that has not been corrected. Let me zoom you in. You can see all that micro marring and everything else. I'll pan over to the area that I did do. And as you can see, all that micro marring is gone. There's nothing there. It looks absolutely fantastic. Look at the clarity of the panel that has been done. See you later. All right, guys, so there you go. Pretty unbelievable, I know. Just keep that in mind. If you're super discerning about the paintwork on your vehicle, get it detailed for sure. I think it's pretty much always needed, at least on some sort of level. You may not need a full-blown correction, but something for sure. So just take it case by case, but if someone is to ask me, hey, I just bought a brand new car, do I need to get it detailed? My answer is pretty much going to be, in most cases, yes, you do need to get it taken care of. So that's it for today's video, guys. I hope that helps you. Please make sure to like the video, make sure you subscribe, turn on that notification bell. I'm going to get back to work on this thing and actually get started addressing some of these issues. So thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.